281 is the number. 281 thank yous to everybody who subscribed. Tonight is not about me, it's about you guys. And we've also got some special guests making their way tonight. So, before we get into any of that fun stuff, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. 281, it happened pretty fast. It's 15 episodes, guys. So, I'm pretty excited about that. Very grateful. So a big thank you to all of you, and of course those who have caught me watching the shows, replays, and so forth. All the views, very grateful for. But our guests, the guests have been incredible. So big shout out to everybody who's hopped on. Hyper, we had Pacino Collects, we had Infamous Jeb, Swaggle One True Nerd King, Newbie, Nemesis from the Comic Con podcast, literally Comics with Bueller last Sunday. So many guests. Jay, the Butcher from Pressable Defects, Matt, Pressable Defects, Cover Price themselves. The list has been fun. Great people. But there's tons more to come, guys. In fact, just to give you guys a little heads up, this Sunday, I'm going to be having Brian LCS. So if you guys are not too familiar with exactly who that is, definitely go check him out. He is the man behind the Comic Book Community Awards. So I'm pretty excited to have him on here to discuss some of the FOC selections of the week, market report, and of course, hot topics. And the following week, episode 17, we're kicking it off with DJ Lynx, man. I'm pretty pumped to have him on here as well, because speaking of the CBC Awards, well, he's nominated for like 7 categories. So shout out to him. Congratulations. And I wish him all the best. So those are the next 2 episodes. All right. I spoke yes. First, I'm going to bring on one guy who's sitting backstage. Showed up a little late, but there's no surprise. In fact, this man is the reason that I even started doing YouTube. So it's all thanks to this guy. We've said it before, say it again. But big thank you, Hyper Combo Comics, for joining tonight.
What is up, BC? What is up? Hold up. You can hear me, right?
Of course I hear you. You look pretty clean, bro. Look at you.
Yeah. I kind of did away with a bit of the beard and all that, kind of just a bit of a low maintenance look. But yeah, listen, had to kind of spiffy up for the occasion. Sorry, dude, I was late. I literally kind of forgot to bring my laptop from work, so I'm actually on my desktop. So
don't even stress it. Don't even stress the camera problems. But just want to salute to you, and salute to our guest that's backstage now. He's the guest of honor, guys. He's actually donating for some of the prizes tonight. One of those being the $50 eBay gift card. So that's the big prize. And I really know a lot of you here do buy some books on eBay. So I imagine you will do that. And when you do, let me know what you buy. But guys, Hyper will be right back. He's having some camera problems, but we've got Dan Delatorre in the house.
BC, my man, you're only at 281 for a show of your caliber and your high-end ability. That's pretty low. You're going to get 1,000 before you know it.
Oh, thank you. I hope so, but definitely it's not just for the subscriber count. It's definitely just to put out the content, have some great fun, but that is part of the fun part. So appreciate the kind words. Now, Dan, it's been a while. Last time we hung out was actually on Spine Ticks, right?
Yes, that is correct. There
was myself, there was you, there was Hyper, and the last time we were together, I hope you brought the energy tonight, because last time, you ready?
That's no issue. I have no issue, with different people's skill levels. I've been owned by people a lot stronger than I was. But the one thing is, don't rage quit. That's the only thing that that's like a no-no in the fighting community. So
we're losing Dan.
That's kind of like a background to this clip. So Seth, you could probably roll the clip, and we'll get started.
Dan's eyes are glossing over.
We were losing Dan for a second.
He's a teabag.
I'm still here.
We almost lost it. No, there he is.
That was, I have my nap. I'm at the point in my life where I have my nap time in the afternoon. This is cutting into my nap time, and Spine Ticks, especially when I've had several glasses of wine, that really kicks in the fatigue factor.
Yep. But hey, especially the time slot does hurt, especially for us. I'm out east, so they're going live around.
Yeah, but you're 30. Hold on, you're 30 years younger than I am, so I don't want to hear about it.
True. I got 2 kids, though. They keep me on my feet. But
okay, there you go. All right, that's a good excuse.
appreciate you being here. Thank you for donating as well for the $50 gift card for everybody to win tonight. But guys, we don't just have some giveaways taking place. We actually have some cool things as well. Dan brought some spec picks to discuss, and of course, we're gonna try something because it's 15 episodes. 15 episodes since the launch, which was back in May, and obviously I've also got that segment where we go over the market report. Are you a fan of that? You enjoy it?
I watch your show. I subscribe because of the content. So let's do it, man.
There you go. But yes, so in the last 15 episodes, there's been some books that actually surprised me and quite a few people. So we'll take a quick look at some of those. But before we do, I just want to say a quick hi to everybody here in the chat. So let me scroll up because the chat was popping. But first and foremost, Michael Baker is here. 250. You'll be over 300 by end of night. Cool. That would be awesome, man. I appreciate the kind words.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's one of the best, man. Biggest supporter, in my opinion, for many channels. But Newbie Comics as well is here. Let's get, yeah. I wish I was at 500, but thank you. We'll get there. And of course, guys, 250 subscribers. We've got some big giveaways for tonight. But the next level being 500, we take it up another level. So keep that in mind. Nasha Venom's in the house. Appreciate you being here. AOA, my brother. Yes, seeing him always in the chats as well. Greatly appreciate your support. Our brother right here. Look at this. Sith Lordly Spine Ticks in the house. One of my favorite shows, especially Saturday nights, man. When you got nothing to do, you want to kick it with the crew, you go and hang out with Spine Ticks. Nobody else. So there you go. Spidey guy Murph. Appreciate you coming to hang out tonight. Uncanny Swag. Speaking of Spine Ticks, one of the boys, of course. Appreciate him. Comic Codex. Where's my t-shirt? T-shirts are coming, guys. Yes, the t-shirts are coming. They'll be out very soon.
Guys, we have the sayings. Saturday nights are for Spine Ticks. Okay, that's the only place to be. That's where all the cool kids hang out on Saturday night on the Spine Ticks show.
What I meant by if you've got nowhere else to be is, we tend to party on Saturdays, go out, right? You young
kids are killing me.
I'm in that phase right now, Dan, where everyone's getting married, getting engaged. Like I got a wedding Saturday.
So glad that's behind me. Anyway,
yeah, there you go. But I always catch it on the replay. That's for sure. Right, I'm always watching Spine Ticks and those shorts, yo. Sith, dude. My kid watches Sith's shorts like crazy from Mario Kart. But yeah, man. Tim's in the house. Appreciate Tim coming to swing by. Who else we got here? We got Philip in the house, guys. If you're not already, go check out Philip's work. You can find him at Flat Bathtub on Instagram. One of the best artists in the city here, especially in Montreal. He does killer work. Worked on Dead by Daylight and many other things. Go check him out, man. Cliff's in the house. Cliff, appreciate you coming to swing by. This guy right here, no idea who he is, but I appreciate
kick him out, please, immediately. Quickly.
Yeah, where'd you get that? Yeah, what's up, man? Hello, appreciate you guys coming to swing by. Marissa Milady's in the house. Miss BC, greatly appreciate her supporting. Who else we got? Neighbor to the north. Yeah, Falcon, right? BC. Yeah. Anyways, I got some Falcon stuff here. We'll talk about that. Who else we got here? We got Steps Comics in the house. Brian LCS, who I said is going to be here on this upcoming Sunday, so definitely come and check that out. Gear Up's in the house. Yeah, man. Guys, if you're not already, go check out Comic Book Corner, one of the best cleaners, pressers in the city in Montreal. Open to Canada wide as well. You can ship your books to him and get those submissions in. He's one of the best. If you checked out my last CGC video, he hit me some 9.8. So there you go. All right. I think we've got the majority of people. If I missed anyone, guys, I'll get to you as we go along within the show. What can I say here? Especially appreciate you coming to hang out.
Did you get Trev the shipping guru?
Yeah, Trev, hold on. There he is. Yeah. There he is. Yeah,
he's a brother. He is a brother.
Yes, he is, man. Yeah. Trev too just hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. So if you haven't yet, go check him out, man. Man's killing it. Definitely doing some great things over there. We got Canadian Survivalist. Appreciate you coming to hang out with us tonight as well. Melanin and Manga. Yo, definitely go check out these ladies. They're doing some great stuff as well. Recently nominated as well for the CBCAs. So best unknown channel, right? They were just shortly under 100 subscribers, and now they're doing the thing. They're crushing it. So congrats to them. Comics and culture. Yo, the chat is popping. So appreciate you guys all coming to hang out. All right. let's get to it. We've got 40 people here already in the chat, so definitely want to make sure we get to some of the fun stuff. Raging Cajun, my bro. Go Kings, go! Yeah, man. Soon, hockey season starts soon. So Dan, we've got some giveaways to get through, and we've got some fun stuff. Like I was saying, some market reports. So what do you say we kick it off with a little giveaway first? Should we start heavy?
Sounds good to me. It's up to you.
Let's start with a giveaway. All right, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think this one might surprise some people. All right, so for the first one, oh, hold on, Hyper's back. Let's bring in Hyper. There he is.
Okay, I'm hoping it's better now.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're good.
guys.
You're good.
You look as handsome as ever, Hyper. So you're doing
do.
good, man.
You do. The
Stop it,
camera, the camera upgrade is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
But,
I
all
wish
right.
I had my laptop.
But all right, let's get into the first giveaway for tonight. I've got this one here donated by Comic Nation. So if you guys aren't already, definitely go check out comicnation.us. I'm more than happy to be collaborating with them because they always deliver. They do some great stuff with their packaging as well. So they're now open to UK and Canada, not just in the US. And of course, whenever you order off of their website, definitely use Black Crown as the discount code that will give you an additional 5% discount. So the first prize up for grabs. I can't even believe I'm giving these away. he gave me the books today. And I'm like, ugh, I want one. But anyway,
Now I'm curious what they are. I don't even know what they are.
I'll show you guys. All right. So the first book is actually Amazing Spider-Man 14. This is right here, the 1 in 25 ratio. So let me just put that up here. Hold on. So there you go. So this is the 1 in 25 ratio. And you've got right here the 1 in 100 Momoko cover right here with Dragu on it. So this is a 1 in 100. Both of these are up for grabs. So this is going to be bundled. And of course, this is by Comic Nation, as I said earlier. So it's very simple, guys. If you want to win this, all you have to do in the comment section is hashtag Comic Nation. One word.
Hey, BC, hang on a second. Hyper and I are going to bounce out. We're going to get in the chat. We'll be right back, okay?
Of course,
Oh,
of course.
Okay. All right, we are.
All right, so let's start.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's
We
start
don't
gathering.
qualify.
So here, I'll put it up for you guys on the screen as well. So here you go, Comic Nation.
I assume you have one of those randomizer things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
So it's already collecting the votes. We're only at 18 entries so far. 38 viewers, guys. Let's get those entries in.
I'm not going to do a trivia for mine, by the way. I thought about just something very, very simple for everybody involved here. Make it very, very easy.
Yeah. Hyper, you recently launched, well, I don't want to say launched your channel. You've been putting out some content.
Relaunched. Yeah, we could say relaunched, revitalized, whatever you want to use the word. And actually, BC, a little sneak peek. I know I kind of kicked around an idea with you backstage this afternoon. Not going to reveal what it is, but there might be another special in the works with a certain you-know-who that's currently on the panel right now.
Yeah. That's good. But yeah, man, so there's been some fun stuff on your channel too. You had Marvel from Comic Kingpins, and you also had Justin, Nemesis Prime, where that infamous video has
My
made its
video
way to your
fell over. I mean, not my video, my book fell over, and people always were asking me like, dude, like did the book get damaged? Like I keep telling them the top loader saved that book. It's still
Yeah.
90.
And Hyper, didn't you start your channel like 3 years ago? You threw out a couple of episodes, then you kind of didn't follow up till recently.
Yeah. I kind of figured absent makes the heart grows fonder. I'm hoping.
Yep. Just want to say hi to Audi. You got Dagger in the house. Yeah, man. So lots of people here pouring in. We're getting the count going.
Faces.
So far, we're at 30 people. So I'll give it another minute, and then I'll draw this to see who wins this awesome little bundle.
Now we're just giving one giveaway per customer, if you will.
So this right here is going to be one giveaway. Yeah. So whoever wins the draw right now is going to be winning this right here.
Nice.
Yep. We got one that just popped in. We got I Ben. So appreciate you coming to hang out tonight. All right.
Look at Michael Baker's comment.
What did Baker
There
say?
you go. All right, let me share.
It's coming, Baker. It's coming.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to share the screen just so you guys can all see. We're good?
Looks good to me.
All right.
Wait, who has the drum roll sound effect here?
You ready?
But I don't know.
So I'm going to draw it in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
31
The first
entities.
winner of the night is going to be David Mason.
Hey.
Yo, big congrats to you, buddy. So David Mason, you just won yourself the Star Wars Mandalorian 4 in the 1 in 100 and the 1 in 25 of
Very cool.
Amazing Spider-Man 14. Yeah, that's real cool, man. So congratulations to you, man. All right, guys, I said we were going to do some other stuff as well, right? We'll go through some of those books that I spoke about in the last 15 weeks that kind of took me by surprise, and some of them, well, deserve to be where they are. Some of them still holding the fort, surprisingly. So pretty interesting there. So we'll get into that right away. So guys, as I ask every single week, Hyper, this is your second time here, so you know how this goes. Market report. You guys ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right, there it is.
By the way, did you do the guitar? Did you do the guitar work on this?
No, that was actually Sith Lordly with his feet. He did that. He plays guitar with his feet, so good for him, man.
Or Sith and Swag with his feet on the guitar. That would have worked.
Yeah, but all right, let's take a quick look at some of these books that we spoke of within the last 15 episodes, and some of them I find rather interesting. So the first one being X-Men. Now, this is X-Men 25. This is the black and white wraparound variant. I don't know if you guys saw this, but a CGC 9.8 back in the month of May sold for $2,000 US, and the most recent sale that I saw was a CGC 9.2 selling for 259.99 cents Canadian. Now, I will say some raw copies, they hover around the 100, 120 something range, but nonetheless, 59 CGC 9.8s on the census, which is pretty interesting. Dan, what's your take on this?
That's a ton of money for that 9.8. You know, I said the very first time I was on any show, it was with Hyper on Newbie Show. I said, I'm not opposed to new comics. There needs to be new artwork, new storyline, that sort of thing. But bottom line is, if you're entertained, if you like what you see, if you like the content, you like the story, fantastic. And people much younger than I are entertained, and that's fine. So I guess that probably explains why people are paying so much money for that. But for an older collector, that's a ton of money to be forking out for a modern comic.
Yeah. Hype.
Dude, honestly, I probably would have said pass on this maybe a year ago, but the way I've kind of pivoted in terms of what I've been collecting, this is almost like kind of up my alley. Like, BC, you know how I mentioned lately, I'm kind of going after those hard to find gems, those variants. This is right up there. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this in the wild.
Yeah.
2,000 for 9.8 is a bit rich, USD obviously, so that's about what, like 2,500 Canadian or so, 2,600 Canadian. So, honestly, this would, and I'm particularly trying to get those hard to find X-Men variants. So this is something that would be right up my alley. I don't know if I'd be in the market for a 9.8, but low nines, I actually might be a player for it. It's just because it's just something that I don't think I've ever seen it in the wild in person. So
yeah, same. I've never seen the black and white wraparound variant. But I mean, we've seen the direct, right? The regular one. Many times. I've seen it even within dollar bins, to be honest with you. But this one right here is one I've never seen, the black and white one, ever.
Here's going to be a recurring question from me with these modern comics. Has anyone read them? Is the story good? That's the first thing I look for.
This is where Magneto ends up like pretty much taking the adamantium out of Wolverine, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing is, I just want to point out, like, I know people like talk about someone mentioned in the comment how this might not sustain and all that. You have to understand where the value in this book is coming from. It's not coming from speculation, all it's more from scarcity and from
Exactly.
X-Men. Dude, X-Men collectors there's a ton of them, and they always look for those hard to find, like that Pressman variant, that X-Men 11 Pressman variant. And
Yep.
top it off, it is a key issue where Wolverine's adamantium gets ripped off. So I think there's always going to be a market for this book. There might be some highs and lows, but you're always going to find people that would want to add this just purely on the scarcity of it. So I'm like, maybe 2000 is not going to be a sustainable value, but I'm always going to think that this is not going to be a book that you're going to find like in your dollar bin or anything like that. So
yeah. Michael Baker saying Spawn collectors over X-Men collectors. I think he's a bit biased there, but yeah, definitely an interesting book. And like I said, the recent sale of a CGC 9.2 is at $259 Canadian. So look at that drop off from a CGC 9.8 to a 9.2. Rather drastic, but still pretty impressive even for a 9.2. Now another book that I spoke about, and I if I'm not mistaken, Hyper, I think this was on the episode.
Yep,
with either yourself or Pacino. It was one of the two.
Yeah,
but ASM, the movie. Now this was a limited series. This is issue number 1, and of course this spiked when Andrew Garfield pretty much was having his CGC in-house signing. Now check this: CGC 9.8 sold for $500 Canadian on May 24th, 2023. That was when this show pretty much dropped. CGC 9.8 signature series. Now that the signing is done, yes, there's a signed copy sold for $1,166.12 Canadian on September 8th, which was just a few days ago. So just to give you guys an idea of what happened after that signing, right? What's your thoughts here, Dan?
Well, I love these photo covers. Actually, I like it more than I like the 3D. What was the other one we just saw, the previous comic? But these have long-standing. If you take care of them, they have long-standing regarding their attractiveness.
Yeah.
And I can see, what is it? So it's 500 Canadian. What is that? 400 US or something? I'd pay that. Again, you got to look at the market as it is. I don't see that as an unfair price for that. And this has long-term appeal for me. If I saw it, I might be tempted to get it.
Hyper.
So I'm kind of actually on the opposite end of the spectrum for these photo covers. I kind of find the drawback with a lot of these photo covers is it's very much the actor of that franchise. And the problem is, like, as generations pass by, people are going to be less connected to these characters. Like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was during our time, right? Like, who's to say 20, 30 years from now, when the new crop of fans come and watch the new wave of MC movies, they might not be really interested in this cover. Maybe if they watch the previous Amazing Spider-Man movies, but I just find that it's a bit dicey when you're paying top market for these photo covers. Like, look at Chadwick Boseman's photo cover that spiked after he passed away. If you look at those books right now, they're actually pretty affordable. They're probably $20-$30 for that. I forgot what Black Panther issue. So it's touch and go, and I say that after just recently acquiring the John Bernthal photo cover for Punisher 218, which I was personally, again, because that's like, to me, he's like one of my favorite Punishers, on screen. So it was a personal connection why I picked that cover. So that's why this is very much a dicey pick in terms of paying top dollar.
Yeah, no, and it's true. You did pick up the Punisher one recently. Now check this: raw near mint copy recently sold for $22.22. So look at the jump right there. Near mint obviously not hitting 9.8, but regardless, pretty big jump. So, all right, another book that we spoke of recently. Now this is pretty impressive. So Star Wars Darth Vader. This is the black, white, red #1. Second print ratio, the 1:25 by Kara Andrews, and a raw was selling for 127 to 150 Canadian. This was at around, it was June 11th, 2023, and CGC 9.8 sold for $813.56 on August 6, 2023. That's, again, a big return right there. What are your thoughts?
Hyper, you go first on this one.
Listen, it's a dope cover by Carrie Andrews. I really hate Marvel's practice where they do this thing where the second print, they make a ratio that basically almost bastardizes the first print. Because this was originally an issue #1, 1/25. The only difference is it had a trace and all that. Yep. So I kind of find, like, Marvel's really phoning it in with a lot of these ratios. So as a cover, I'm a fan of it. I'm just not really behind Marvel's way of doing these second print 1 in 25. So yeah, especially when you can actually buy the first print 1 in 25 for like a fraction of the price. It's almost like if you like the cover, just go for that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Durs is in the house. Appreciate you coming to swing by. We got Ferdy in the house, man. Bird's here as well, so greatly appreciate him swinging by. Definitely go check out all these people in the chat. They all got their own channels running too, so show some love to everybody here. Dan, you just heard Hyper talking about how it pretty much bastardizes the first print, and he's right, because the first print was a trade of this cover. Now the second print ratio, being the 1 in 25, is a virgin. So how do you feel about this?
I can't disagree with anything Hyper said. The only thing I would add is that anything Star Wars related is a totally different animal.
Oh, yeah.
And the Star Wars collectors have their own way of thinking about things regarding what they want to, what they like and what they don't like and so forth. And as a Marvel guy, it's hard for me to relate because I don't dislike Star Wars, but I'm a Star Trek guy. If there was a Star Trek cover, I could tell you an awful lot about it that you probably wouldn't think of because you two are not Star Trek people. So it's these are always dicey for me. I don't actively seek them because I don't understand the market. I don't understand its its longevity, that sort of thing. So I'd probably not comment because this is out of my realm.
Totally get it. I think it's pretty impressive that it hit an $813 price tag on eBay August 6, 2023. It's quite a significant jump, even if we look at the 127 to 150 raw. I'll be completely honest. I didn't think this is where it would hit, but that was a sale that actually took place on August 6, 2023. Once the slabs came back, there you go.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Yep. So another book, guys. This one had a lot of weirdness behind it, and look, surprisingly, it's still somewhat holding. So She-Hulk #3. First appearance of Bailey Briggs. Now, this information is slightly incorrect, so I will let you guys in on this. Raw copy 30 to 65 Canadian, and those numbers came from June 25th, 2023. Raw, not CGC 98, so it's raw. Is selling currently between 25 to 45 Canadian. So you're looking at about approximately a $25 drop on the high. A $20 drop on the high end. So again, it's a pretty interesting reason to be speculating on this. But yeah, exactly. How's this holding? This surprises me. One of those books that just blew my mind based on the speculation of Spider-Boy, right? Revealed his name is Bailey Briggs, and then people flocked to this one because they Googled the name Bailey Briggs. And here we are. So a totally different character here within this issue, but people speculated nonetheless, and they seem to be doing just the same today. Guys, what's your thoughts on this?
I thought this was mostly a cover buy, and also it dovetailed with the She-Hulk show that was out roughly, if I remember correctly, around the same time. And I thought it had just, whenever the She-Hulk series was over, this would go in somebody's, back bin somewhere.
Yeah. Hyper.
Listen, if anyone is telling you that the comic book market is down, I'm just going to point to sales of this book right here. I think it was Comic Codex that mentioned it. Like, I'm kind of surprised this is still holding like any semblance of the prices that you're putting up. I was thinking it's going to go right back down to, I think it was like near cover price or at most $10 for this issue. Look, I know Spider-Boy, a lot of muscle is behind it, with Marvel, and people are really banking it. I know BC, you talked highly about Spider-Boy and his future. I just find that for that money, just get another copy of, the Ramos spoiler variant. Like, don't get this unless you find this in your back bin or something.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And I agree with everything you're saying, especially the fact that, I get the Spider-Boy hype, but this is pretty out there speculation-wise. But hey, we'll see. Maybe it does pay off. Maybe we lose here. The power of Spider-Boy can't be denied. I agree. Comic Nation, 100%. Easily, hands down, the biggest character to come out of 2023. All right. Another book, Star Wars Dr. After 33. This is the Marquez variant. Now check this, guys. First appearance of Star Weird. CGC 98 on a pre-sale. This was a pre-sale on July 4th, 2023. I remember having this conversation with Nemesis Prime on my show. It sold for $186.16 Canadian on this day. CGC 98. right now sold for $48.81 Canadian on September 2nd, 2023. I will mention it did come with a $40 shipping price tag on my end. That's what I saw. But regardless to say, quite a significant drop here. Thoughts?
Since I've pretty much expended most of my Star Wars knowledge already on the previous book, I'm going to pass this one to Hyper.
Yeah, listen, this is, I mean, the fact, just BC, correct me if I'm wrong, the Marcus variance is an open or it's not a ratio or anything like that, right?
Yeah, this is not a ratio. This was just a variance cover.
Yeah, so the thing is, look, the way the price is kind of structured, it makes sense. Pre-order sales probably went through the roof, and then once copies started flooding the market, people start undercutting each other, and that's why you're seeing the prices the way they are right now. And plus, Dr. Aphra is not exactly a very low printed Star Wars series to begin with, so it's been around for a while, so it's not. I'm not too surprised that the prices are at the current level. So
yeah.
I'm just reading the chat.
It sucks if you pre-ordered it at that high price.
BC, I'm just reading the chat. I mean, Sith has got probably the best comment here. The writing wasn't that great. It's a cool cover, but it was nothing special about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, Star Weird didn't pan out, at least not for now, to be a character that I think is worth specking on. But, I mean, for $48.81 Canadian, it's exactly like Newbie just said here. I'm going to grab this when no one else is, and that seems to be the case right now. So I had seen a sale on September 2nd at $48.81 Canadian, and I think there was a sale around that time as well for like $60 or 65 Canadian. So just to give you guys an idea of where this book has dropped off to. Now, one last book I want to speak of, and this one got a lot of attention, was Extreme Venomverse number 4, 1-in-25 ratio. I had Infamous Jeb on the show, who was he was an awesome guest, brought a ton of energy. So if you guys haven't seen that episode yet, definitely go check the replay. But this is the first appearance of Necroco, Flora, and Venom Noir. Again, 1-in-25 ratio. Raw was selling for $230.45 Canadian. This was July 15, 2023. Raw copy sold for $108.48 Canadian on September 10th, 2023. So you see a big drop on the Raw side, but CGC 9.8, not too far off the Raw sales back in July, $271.19 Canadian. That was just a few days ago on September 10th, 2023. So I'll be honest with you. I really like this character. I think Necroco is pretty awesome. I love the manganess. All of the design, the story was great, well written, shows great potential as well. But I would have never spent that money personally. That's me. I'm just speaking personally, and I'm not judging anybody who did. But it was up there for a 1-in-25, in my opinion, out the gates. What's your thoughts?
With all these books you've shown to this point, the question that should be asked is, where is this going to be 5 to 10 years down the road? If you see longevity, if you see it moving up in value, for whatever reason, then yes, I can see where someone would be paying this. But if you don't see any upside to this long term, and that's how you should look at comics overall, as long-term investments, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's with these modern ratios, you got to be careful. I mean, to be honest, the fact that it's still 271 in a 9.8 currently, I'm still kind of impressed with that sale. Listen, personally, the cover doesn't really do it for me for the price point. I just find it's a bit too simplistic for my liking, even though I'm cool with mangas and all that. But the thing is, again, to Dan's point, like in terms of the future of these characters, that's always going to hinge on the value of this book going forward. And also, I was actually kind of surprised, to be honest, the number of copies flooded online. I don't think we were going to get that many copies listed, because I figured, okay, it's a 1-in-25 on an issue 4 of Extreme Venomverse. How many people actually have this copy? I was surprised. I was seeing IG posts where people were showing multiple copies of this book. So again, you got to be careful now, because people are clearly holding a couple of copies of this book in hand. So this price seems a bit on shaky ground for me.
Yeah. Well, That was fun. That was just a quick little throwback to the market reports in the last couple episodes. And again, shout out to everybody who hopped on in the last 15 episodes. I already shouted some out. Swaggo Hodge was also on here, and he was a phenomenal guest, bringing some great information. Appreciate everybody who's come by. But guys, I think it's giveaway time again. What do you think? What do you think? We spoiled the people or what?
Let's do it.
I like spoiling the people.
Let's spoil the people. They're here for the giveaways. Now, all right. The next one is another bundle, and this one right here is from Lefteros. So if you guys haven't yet, definitely go check out Lefteros and support him by visiting comicnation.us. He's put together a nice little bundle here for you guys. So let's show off some of the books. Right here, you've got the most recent Hulk, Incredible Hulk #1. This one right here, I believe, is this the second print? I can't remember. Yes, this is the second printing. So you got this one right here. And speaking second prints, he's also putting you guys the issue #2 for that one. Now, hold on. Let me put them aside. We've got Dwellings. This one made a little splash. So Dwellings #1. We've got, the spoiler variant of Amazing Spider-Man 26, The Death of Kamala Khan. He's throwing in the Hallows Eve. This is the Scotty Young for issue #3. You've got Edge of Spider-Verse #3 featuring Spider-Boy, of course. And you've got Star Wars 35, which this one was a pretty big book. So there you go, man. These books here are from Lefteros. Now, there's going to be a second bundle as well from Lefteros and a second bundle from Comic Nation US. So this one being the first of the two bundles. Guys, let's put together a little hashtag for everybody here in the chat. Hyper, let's do it. I'll let you pick the you pick it. You pick it. Go. What's the hashtag going to be for them?
What's the hashtag going to be? You know what? All right. I want to put a bit of a hyper flavor to it. Let's put local library.
So local library here. I'll write it for everybody here in the chat. So hashtag.
And don't spell library. It's library.
Local library. There you go.
Okay.
So interesting. Very interesting chat. Now
you put me on the spot.
Yeah, hey, no, it's pretty cool. I'm okay with it. No one's judging. But all right. Another thing I wanted to mention, I said it a little earlier. Dan, you brought some spec picks that you wanted to talk about.
I did. Do you want to get into that now, or do you want to?
Yeah, we'll let the people start putting the chat. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, they're putting their hashtags in. Uni, yeah, Blacks Live. There you go. Put the hashtag, Uni. Don't forget to hashtag it, or else it won't count.
Okay. By the way, does it sound any better? I toned the mic down a little bit.
Yep, sounds great.
Okay,
now,
all right.
Dan, we said we're going to do some spec picks, right?
Yes.
So we'll put it up. We'll start going through them a bit at a time. So let's get to the first book. So, guys, Dan's put together some spec books here that he thinks are great pickups at the moment. He shared the list with me a little earlier, and I think I could agree with a good majority of these. I don't disagree. One of them I want to say I disagree only because it keeps eluding me. I can never get my hands on it. That's the only reason why. So
these picks overall, by the way, given how volatile the market is right now, these are more or less affordable specs and ones people really aren't looking at, and ones I still think will move up at some point. So there's a lot to them. I'm being very, very cautious. I've scaled down on my purchases. What was it? Swaglass had a piece yesterday, I think it was, where he went to his LCS with $3,000.
Yep.
Came back with some bangers that you couldn't touch for that money. A year and a half ago, but the market is way, way down. But people are still spending money. But anyway, so these are more on the affordable side.
Yep. But all right. Oh, Uni, I appreciate that. He says it's okay if I win something, it's going back to the community. Look at that, man. Man's all about the community. So let's get into the first book. We'll do a book and then we'll draw the hashtags. But your first book up here was Fantastic Four 141. Educate the people.
This is a book that no one is looking at for whatever reason. Now, Franklin Richards has been mentioned a number of times. And this is a pivotal moment in the storyline. As I remember correctly, it's been years since I've read this comic. Annihilus does something to Franklin Richards, activates his power, and that's what's going on with the glowing effect on the cover here. And what stuns me is that no one made that connection. Maybe because it's an older book. I still consider 20-cent Silver Age. Hyper, don't say a word about that, please. Not a word. But it's still, that's a book that no one is mentioning, and probably the reason why is because the gigantic gaping hole in the MCU is there's been no Fantastic Four movie.
Yep.
And with no movie, there's no storyline. And with no storyline, there's no reference to episodes like this, or issues like this, rather. So you can't go wrong with this one. I think they may circle back to this at some point. These are extremely reasonable. I mean, $15-$20 for a really, really nice copy.
Yeah.
But it's something nobody's looking at.
Yep. Very true. Very true. All right, we're going to keep the Dan's spec picks going very shortly. First, what we'll do is we'll draw the next bundle giveaway here that I showed you guys. So I'll put it back up again just to remind everybody. Just give me 1 second. So we've got Hulk number 1, the second print. We've got Hulk number 2, the second print. We've got Dwellings number 1. This is from Onipress. You got the ASM 26 spoiler variant, Kamala Khan's death. You got Hallow's Eve. This is a nice Scotty Young cover. I honestly think this looks better in person than on screen, but this is issue 3. You've got Edge of Spider-Verse 3, and you've got Star Wars 35. So we're going to draw it. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. So best of luck to everybody here who got the hashtag correct, right, Uni? Please make sure you got it correct. But all right, we're going to do the draw. You guys ready for this one? Let's get the drum roll going, baby. The draw's going down in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And the winner for this one is... Oh, there you go. You got Audi Rousseau. Rousseau, did I say it right?
Yeah.
But, there you go. Congratulations to you. And, of course, we got to give him the big celebratory video. So, congrats.
$2 you win, Ali.
There you go. I found this on my computer and it's staying there.
Nice.
So congratulations to you. I'll set this aside for you. But all right, let's get back to some of Dan's picks because they're actually great picks in my opinion. We'll get back to the screen being like this. And here you go. So another one, Fantastic Four 320. Dan, tell us about this one.
Yeah, I've always loved the Thing versus Hulk battles, and this is by Steve Englehart back in the Copper Age. The Thing had gained more power, but from another spec, which we'll show in just a moment here, and the Hulk had gone gray and had less power. And of course, Doom is behind the whole thing. It's a great. Steve Englehart is one of the most unsung heroes in all of Marvel regarding writing. He's a fabulous writer. He wrote Defenders 1 through 11, which should be required reading in my opinion. And it's the first and only time, spoiler alert, the Thing actually beats the Hulk. And look how colorful it is. It's a fun story, great story, very reasonably priced. If you see it, grab it.
Yep, I agree with you on this one. Hyper, do you have any of these?
No, I mean, I don't. I have early Fantastic Four issues, but nowhere near at the level of Dan. I've been more of an X-Men guy, but honestly, these are banger picks that Dan's picking. So
100%. Jules made their way into the chat, baby. So really happy about
what's this guy doing here?
But all right, Dan, another one that I think people should definitely be. Well, I mean, it's up there in price, but I mean, it's always great to have in your PC if you got the money. Journey into Mystery, the annual number 1.
Years ago, about 3 years ago, maybe, it was Vancouver Chris and myself were just raving about this book. This was one of the last Silver Age grails you get your hands on.
Yep.
Sadly, it hasn't turned out the way we thought. This is my entire collection. I've not lost a dime ever on my comic. I always buy before it goes up in value, and because I know what to look for. With this is a one rare exception, and I can't figure out for the life of me why. I paid $500 for a beautiful white Pages 5.5, and now that's down $150. They're very plentiful, but again, with the Hercules character now revealed in the Thor movies, I think this is probably a good time to get one. You can't go wrong with this. Come on, this is the last Journey into Mystery annual, first and last Journey into Mystery annual. Hercules was a mainstay character in the Silver Age, spilling into the Bronze Age. why it's I think it's badly underrated, like so many comics right now. But this should still be on everyone's radar.
Yeah, totally agree. Hyper, I know you've got some banger books, but do you got this?
I don't, but listen, I actually want to bring up something that your previous guest Bueller mentioned on Sunday. Look, I like books like this where it's not completely hinged on the MCU. Like, I know that the value of this book did take a bit of a spike with the news that Hercules was coming to, sorry, Zeus was coming to that whatever that the hell that Thor movie was that we just saw. Look, this book is always going to be a great addition to any PC. So I like it for just that reason alone. And I like books like that where they can stand on just the story and just the merit of the characters in the story. So
yeah, no, I agree. Before we move on to the next book, though, I do want to remind everybody who has won so far. So David Mason, and of course, we just recently had Audi. So DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is blackcrown_comics. If you're not already following me on Instagram, DM me so that we can exchange shipping information, and I will get all books that were won tonight shipped by Monday the latest. So they will be out after the weekend. Okay? Now, Dan, here's a good one. This is the one that is always eluding me. I can never get it. Never. I don't know why. But Invincible Iron Man 170. This has some Rhodes goodness behind it. So educate the people.
Another book I've been pushing for the longest time because when James Rhodes took on the armor, it was actually 169. I don't know why Overstreet says that's the more expensive book. It actually isn't. The market says differently. 170. Look at that gorgeous cover, and it was a pretty damn good story. But what stopped that was the Riri Williams element. Now I don't know if it's a strike or whatever else, but Riri really hasn't gone any far right now. And now with Armor Wars showing up and the Avengers movies coming, especially the Armor Wars thing, and James Rhodes is going to return. And I think this book will finally start to move. I recently saw a 9.8 back to the $200 threshold. I didn't buy it. I should get one. I have a 9.6. I have several. I have a whole stack of these books here. Maybe I'll just send you one, BC, just because I've got plenty of these things.
Love you.
This is a really inexpensive spec book. Now, what they do with Riri, I don't know. That's going to be years down the road, but I don't think the James Rhodes character should be slept on. It's the most logical choice moving forward with the Iron Man character. Now that there's no more. Is Newbie still in the chat here? There's no more Iron Man. Sorry, he's gone bye.
For now. Hyper.
Oh wait, bring him back. He doesn't believe in this book. Oh, Newbie, you're killing me. Oh.
Listen, yeah. Even though RDJ is gone from the MCU, these books like this one, it's gonna stand the test of time. Obviously, it's not gonna be like a mega key, but it's still one of those books that's it's especially if you're an Iron Man fan, you definitely would want to add to the PC. I actually am surprised when I look back at my collection of how many Iron Man books I actually own. To be honest, this one actually, just like UBC, I actually don't have this one, but I definitely wouldn't mind adding this to the PC.
Yep. So, all right. Well,
you want to go to a giveaway before we go to the next one, BC?
We could do one more, and then we'll do another giveaway.
Yours or mine?
We'll do mine. We'll save yours.
Okay.
Dead last.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So, last book before we do another giveaway, we saw some Franklin Richards talk here. Now, this is a book I love. We actually had a little inside joke amongst myself, Hyper, and a few other friends from the Comic Kingpins about this cover, but it is an awesome book, great cover, and definitely great for speculating on Franklin. I think this is a cool book. Fantastic Four 245. Dan, tell us.
John Byrne goodness when he took over the run. I mean, John Byrne's is kind of a weird guy, but he's damn talented. And this dovetails with the 141 issue that I mentioned earlier. This did pop up on the radar not that long ago.
Yep.
It sort of tapered off again because there's no FF movie. Now think about this though. The MCU is under tremendous pressure. They have to nail this movie. They must have a real winner with Fantastic Four, like they did Avengers. They can do this. They're good under pressure when they put their minds to it.
Yep.
But again, this isn't all that expensive. if you're going to get this book, I also recommend you get the 141. I think they dovetail with each other as far as storyline, because this is Franklin Richards as an adult with his powers, pretty much up and running. So again, get it while you can before the FF movie shows up, assuming they do a good job. If they do, I see a lot of these books moving up rapidly, because they're way behind regarding their spec value.
Yeah, I mean, look, regarding these Fantastic Four books, the saying, out of sight, out of mind. We know that they are going to be coming into the MCU, so might as well take advantage of books like these when they are pretty attainable. Yeah, this is a pretty relatively inexpensive book. I think at one point, the most I think I seen it go up by is like, what, $20-$30?
Yes.
I don't think it's anywhere near that. So, listen, I'm kind of struggling getting some of those X-Men keys lately because of, those mutant rumors in the MCU.
Yeah.
So, don't get caught with FF, books like this where you have the chance to grab them when you can. And actually, my only copy of this book was actually gifted to me by none other than Newbie Comics. I don't know if he remembers, but he actually gave me an AOK. So this was actually part of the bundle that he gave me. So
there you go.
Props to you, Newbie.
There you go. Francis says, in my opinion, the Fantastic Four movie will be the deciding factor for the survival of the MCU. Very interesting.
I agree with this.
Yeah. You got Kingpin's FaceTimes in the
house.
Yeah, appreciate
Love
him.
this guy.
Hell yeah. Just got off work in time to be late as fuck. Yeah, there you go. But you're still in time for some giveaways. And speaking of which, we're going to move forward with the next giveaway. This again is from Lefteros. Let me just get the books here together for you guys. So Lefteros again with another bundle. It's pretty much exactly the same as the last bundle. So we're giving everybody a second shot at winning that same bundle. So let me show them off one more time. So we've got Dwellings #1. This book alone is a $9.99 book US, just so you guys know. Up next, we've got the Hulk #2 second print. We have Hulk #1 second print. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 26. This is the spoiler variant, The Death of Kamala Khan. You've got Hallows Eve #3, the Scotty Young. You've got Edge of Spider-Verse #3. And you've got Star Wars 35. So, of course, donated by Lefteros. We're going to show Lefteros some love. And guys, everybody who wins tonight gets a little black crown sticker. Yay. But don't act too excited. Guess.
I was looking at the chat because Sid's calling me out for saying the word listen. Now I'm going to be more self-conscious of using that word listen every time I have my point.
But all right, guys. So like I said, in honor of Lefteros for donating these books, and a huge thank you to Lefteros, guys, tonight for this giveaway here, we're going to put up a hashtag Lefteros. So guys, get those hashtags going. Show Lefteros some love, and best of luck to everybody here for this one. Hype.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
No, I said let's go. I was going to be. I'll just.
Okay, sorry. What I was going to say is, recently, like I said, you've relaunched your channel, and Dan Delatorre actually had some videos going on his channel not too long ago. Are we going to be seeing more, Dan?
Yes, I'm off to the hyper start where I start off strong with two episodes, and I leave it for a couple of years, and I come back to it, hoping people will ask for my videos.
Yeah, hopefully the drought isn't that long.
No, I seriously, I will be back to it. I started the channel reluctantly, to be honest with you. I have huge technical difficulties. I've got a jury rig set up here. I can't even turn the comment section on. But it is kind of fun to have my little format here. So I'm not really openly promoting it or anything.
Yep. Well, it was a fun run so far. I thought you did a great job, and I hope to see some more videos very soon.
I will. I've got a couple of issues in mind. In fact, one is up and it's already recorded, but it's ahead of the one I wanted to do next. So I'll get it done pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a good knowledge of actual Silver Age and actual Bronze Age books. So
well, thank you.
Yep.
And I know which they are too, by the way.
Yeah.
Lefteros wishing everybody good luck. Audi as well. He just won the last one, so congratulations there. Who else we got? Ain't Moon Knight dying too? Yes, apparently Moon Knight is going to be dying within comics very soon.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Can't let that one go.
Yep. I don't know if you guys heard any of that
Oh, in the
But,
comics. Okay, all right.
yeah, in the comics. Well, no, obviously not. I hope not in the MCU. That would be wild.
That would suck. Yeah.
But all right. So we've got so far. Let me just check the entry count. We sit at 22 entries.
Nice.
So I'll give it another couple of seconds, and then we'll run this one. Get back to some of Dan's picks, and then we've got two more big giveaways. The next one is equally as big, if not bigger, than the first one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so far I'm like 1 for 4 on Dan's picks in terms of books I actually have.
Yeah, I have. I want to say 3 of them. Let me take a quick look here in the back.
No, I mean from what he mentioned so far, because I didn't look at. I don't remember the other books that Dan mentioned on his spec.
So Fantastic Four 141. I've got 320. I do not have Journey into Mystery Annual. I mean, jeez.
Yeah, the raw copies are really inexpensive. Don't you? I mean, you don't have to go for the slabs.
Yeah,
you can get a decent copy for $150, $200.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
If people
that's a grail.
There's actually a Canadian variant that has no art on the back cover.
I saw one. And it's hard to get one that has a pretty white background in the back with nothing on it. Usually they're soiled.
It's a Canadian variant.
Yeah.
Yep. Newbie, if you win, I will be shipping the rest of your stuff that I have here for you. All right, who else we got? Yeah, yes, definitely. October 2nd. Okay, let's talk about that. Dan, you're going to be on the Kingpin show October 2nd.
Yeah, Face had me on for one of the retro specs, and we talked silver.
Nice.
Well, no, we talked Bronze Age, and so I guess it was popular. So he wants me back on again. I'm always happy to be on his show. That's one of the funniest shows on YouTube. And if that should win, that certainly should win that. What is it, the CBCS award?
Yeah,
that's just a great show.
It's the CBCAs, but yeah, no, 100%, dude. It would be awesome for the boys to win. Of course, I want that. I mean, it's not like they haven't before. Still got it right here, baby. Still got it right here.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to Brian, man. Shout out to Brian for putting this together. I could only imagine what he goes through having to put all this together, right? But all right. He says so. Dan, Face is correcting you. It's the second Monday of October. You shouldn't have told him now. You should just waited till.
See, this is what happens when you interrupt my nap. I get confused. I'm sorry. I'll be asleep in a minute. So.
Man. Can a mod drop Leftero's link, please? Yes, that would be awesome, guys. Lefteros, you can just go on Instagram, right, at Lefteros, as you see there, and you'll find his Instagram right there. Definitely drops tons of great information, and now puts out information for cover price on their website. So check out the new comic book day section and the FOC section. JF's in the house. JF, yo, appreciate you being here. All right, guys. Let's run the next giveaway. So we're going to share the screen. I'm going to make Hyper do a drum roll with his mouth. You can do it. I know you can. There you go. So 23 entries, guys. I'm going to let this one go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Best of luck to everybody here. And let's see, man. Who's going to be the big winner? It's slowing down. And we've got, Nushra Venom on the bundle. Big congrats to him. Guys, we got to give him the proper congrats.
$2, you win, Ali.
So there you have it, man. Nushra Venom wins it. Congratulations to you, dude. And he happens to be a local, so I'm actually happy I'll get to hang out with him. So big congratulations.
I didn't realize Sith was still in the chat. Yeah, I didn't hear him chirp for a while, so I thought he was gone.
But all right, let's get back to some of Dan's picks now. We spoke some Fantastic Four goodness, and this is definitely a book that I think has some great awesomeness behind it, man, especially the cover, dude. And this is Fantastic Four 243. I love this book. I pick it up every time I come across it. I think I've got 3 copies now.
Yeah.
When this came out at the time, I grabbed several copies simply because of the cover and knowing that it was John Byrne. That is one of the this. As I thought about this earlier today, since the movie is going to be called The Coming of Galactus, I could see this as part of the storyline. This is a dynamite storyline against John Byrne at his best. Great cover. This should be and look how fun and colorful it is. But again, the great content of the story, nice Bronze Age goodness. I have several copies. What I need, I don't have one in that's slabbed. I need one that's really nicely preserved. You obviously want to get it white pages, even if it's a few bucks more for the raw copy for maybe 20. I don't know, $30. I'd still buy it, but I'd get my hands on one. No question about it. Who wouldn't want this cover in their collection?
Yeah, dude, it's one of my favorites. Actually, wait, let me bring it back a bit. I actually like that that Galactus solo book. There was what is it called again? I'm blanking on the name. It's just his head on it with all the stars. Is it the Marvel
supervillain origins or something?
Yeah, something like that. It was the supervillain or superhero. Yeah, supervillain origin, I believe.
Yeah, I know
love
which.
that book.
Yeah, I know.
I think I
book you're
have
talking
that
about.
book.
Yeah, it's such a nice.
I have two
cover.
copies of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a bit of a bittersweet book because I kind of feel like I not entirely missed the boat on it, but I had a chance to buy this when it was a lot cheaper. I passed on it, and now every time I see it at the shops, they price it up, rightfully so. So I'm kind of hoping to kind of catch this on one of those deals on the hunts, hopefully.
Hyper, what do you Canadian price? What are they asking for it on average?
I was seeing this book go for like as much as 40 to 50. It's just that like it's not a terrible price, but I've seen that book a lot lower before. So for that reason, I'm kind of hoping that it could be something that I might be able to catch. And plus, the copy that I saw wasn't exactly near mint or anything like that. It was sort of midish grade.
It's a bit of a gamble, but again, I could easily see this tie-in with the new FF movie, and if it does, that will probably triple in price.
Yeah. But all right. Yeah, the Canadian price variant. I'm trying to remember the prices because I think the one I have is the Canadian price variant, but I'm not sure on the pricing because I picked it up relatively cheap. I'm just trying to remember. Now it's bothering me, but I'll come across it. If I'm not mistaken, I think Comic Codex is the one who found it for me, so he might have a little more information, but I think it was around the $20 to $30 Canadian price tag in a very, I would say, nearly near mint plus copy. So
wait, we're talking about this book or the
the other one, the Origin.
Okay.
Yeah, but all right. Moving on from Fantastic Four 243, we've got Fantastic Four 167. There's a lot of Fantastic Four love on Dan's list. Don't worry, we're going to shy away from it in just a little bit, but I totally understand why he's picking these books. Now, Dan, give us some information here.
The sad news is a bit of a quick aside. My first Fantastic Four book was 168. I missed these two when as a child in 1976. But if you get this, you need to also get 166. 166 and 167, it's another great Thing versus Hulk battle with very much a twist on this one. I won't say what it's worth. Really inexpensive. But again, there's been no Fantastic Four for years. The Thing versus Hulk battles are going to show up at some point. This is just again, it's really inexpensive. It's probably, you can get them for both for maybe $20.
Yeah.
You got to get it. You have to get them both. You can't go one without the other. But this should be on everybody's list for a very affordable key.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't own this book. It is another solid pick, but yeah, like right now, currently, I mean, as some might know, my focus is more right now on just completing my X-Men run. So this is one that definitely would be cool to add in the PC, but not one that I'm actively seeking at the moment.
I have a 9.8 of this. I have only a handful of 9.8s in my collection, but I do have a 9.8 of this.
And
Nice.
Didn't you say you missed this when you were younger?
Yeah, the first book I ever bought was Hulk 197.
Okay.
The second book I bought was Fantastic Four 168.
Nice.
Dan,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, if you don't mind me asking, that now that you had to backtrack to pick up a copy, did you pick it up raw? Did you pick it up in a 9.8 already?
Oh no, the 9.8 was recent, but when I was going to my LCSs again, I've been collecting long before CGC ever existed.
Yeah.
So we didn't have Mylar back in those days. So yeah, but that's one of the first ones I got, and I'm like, wow, it was a great story.
Yeah.
BC, actually, that was going to be my question to Dan. I was going to ask him if he bought it 9.8 or if he actually graded his raw copy in 9.8.
I've never sent anything to CGC. We'll talk about slabbing a little bit.
Oh yes, we will,
Yeah.
because guys, we've got some fun news for you guys, so stick around. But let's get to the next book. So Tales to Astonish 79. I love this book, man. It's such a great cover. Here you got Hercules and Hulk, but yeah, man, tell us about this one, Dan.
One of the most underrated Silver Age books out there. Look how gorgeous that cover is. It's Marie Severin art. A dynamite story. This is a battle, and I mean a battle between these two giants here. Really reasonably priced for what it is. I've got a high grade of this one, 9.0, and I've got a few raw copies. But again, this is why I love the Silver Age. The artwork was, some way say it's primitive, but it's fun. But the story was far superior than what they have today, because again, those are two classics. If you're not seeking this, I don't know what else to tell you. Everybody should be getting this because it's really affordable and a great comic.
Agreed.
Yeah, like these battle covers are always gonna be pretty, nice to have. I mean, I'm thinking back to like the Submariner issue, Thing versus Submariner, and like when they had it in his series.
Oh, issue 8.
FF series. Yeah, and then the one also in the FF series as well. So these battle covers are always going to be a nice addition to the PC. I don't own this book, but and to be quite honest, I actually don't. I haven't really seen this book often in the wild, whether on the wall or in the actual back bin. Yeah. So it's actually not a book that's really prominently featured like some of the other more famous battle covers that you see.
Well, as the economy is pretty shaky. I don't know how bad it is in Canada, but here it's pretty bad. It really is, and that's why comic prices are coming down. Oh, and as the economy goes down, people start selling their collections, and so you're going to start to see some of these in your LCS and at certain shows and all that, because they're getting rid of things that they dump their commodities. So this may be more plentiful, but if you see it again, look at all these as long-term spec. Everything I buy here, I'm going to be keeping the rest of my life. So I'm not going to be trading them. I don't flip comics. So if you look at these as long-term investments, that's probably the best way to go about it. And that certainly is one of them.
Yeah, I agree. Before we move on to the next book, just want to give a shout out to my brother here who just popped in the chat. Paperweight Collectibles. I greatly appreciate you coming to swing by. Guys, it's the man's birthday on Saturday. Yes, that's right, on Batman Day. So give him some early happy birthday wishes in the chat. Let him feel the love. But yeah, man, greatly appreciate him coming to hang out.
All due to the community.
Yeah, man, definitely. Dan, the next book, Fantastic Four. We're back at it. This is issue 166. This is a neat cover as well, man. And I've noticed a little trend here. I'm seeing a lot of Hulk covers here.
Mm-hmm. Hulk's my favorite character, and they were always fun. And I forgot I'd sent you this. We could have put them side by side. This obviously is Preludes 167. Fantastic Four are hunting down the Hulk because, well, I won't spoil it because again, it's really an inexpensive book. But look how fun those covers were. This is Bronze Age at its best. Great artwork. I think this was it. Joe Sennett that did this. I forget who did these, but anyway, again, guys, these are plentiful, really inexpensive. But I think there's, unlike some of the more modern books that I have questions about, this has long-term standing.
Yeah. Hyper?
Yeah, I think I'm like 1 for whatever right now in these fights. It just goes to show I don't have that many FF books in my PC. Listen, another solid pick by Dan. And the FF, well, we kind of took a break from FF. Now we're back to FF, but still a solid book. Dude, I don't have anything much else to add to than what Dan said, but another solid pick.
Yeah, Uni's asking Professor Hulk or Hulk. I don't know if you're asking if we have a preference or if this book revolves around one of the two.
As a Hulk fan, he's still my favorite character. Yeah. When they started monkeying around with the character, making Professor Hulk and changing him, they kind of destroyed my childhood image, and many other fans at the time were expressing their displeasure with that. So this is the good old classic Hulk. He has a 5-year-old mind. But the most powerful human on the face of the earth, and the way he handles his situations, that's the Hulk that I've always loved. I didn't care for the new iterations of him.
Yeah. Neighbor to the north, it's funny you mentioned this. So he says, I'm buying a lot of what people are dumping right now. So many people are liquidating collections, and I feel like this was kind of expected. A lot of us, people on YouTube, just in the community, Instagram, people chatting. We've all said pretty much more or less the same thing throughout the pandemic, that books were hitting such insane numbers. It was only a matter of time for it to drop off, right? And
yeah, absolutely, yeah, and it has. But again, look, don't hurt yourself financially by getting these comics here. only buy if you have the means to do it. And that's why I bring up some of these very affordable ones. There are many months or, even longer that I didn't have any money. And people are embarrassed when they don't have money and all that, but they still love the comics and love the hobby.
Yeah.
These you can only get for a couple bucks. It doesn't cost you that much. You can still enjoy the hobby, but keep an eye on your finances first. That's again, we're not giving good advice if we're not telling people keep your home in order, pay your bills and so forth. This is all secondary.
Yeah, exactly. Now, guys, I just want to let you guys know we've got 3 more books to discuss, but before we get to those books, we have another giveaway, and then once we reach the end of these books, we're gonna end it off with the big one. Now, if it's okay, I'm gonna just put this on pause, so stick around. We've got some good books to continue to discuss. Dan put together a great list here, but Enviro Earth 2. First time seeing you here. Greatly appreciate you coming to join us tonight. But yeah, so we're gonna do another giveaway, and it's a big one. Like I said, it's probably just as big, if not bigger, than the first one. So again, this one donated by Comic Nation. So let me just put this up over here on the screen. Definitely go check out Comic Nation, guys. I can't stress it enough. They put out great shipping packages to everybody's doors, and you can use the discount code of Black Crown for a 5% additional discount, and their FOCs never fall short, man. I know these guys go above and beyond to make sure everybody gets their books in the best quality. So that being said, here's 2 books they are donating. You've got the 1 in 50 of Captain America, Symbol of Truth. Look at this beautiful virgin
That's
cover.
nice.
I absolutely love this cover, and this was a great read, by the way. So I don't know if you guys have read this, but I highly recommend it. So this is book number 1, and a book you saw a little earlier. This is the second copy that's going to be given away. This is Star Wars Mandalorian. I believe it's issue 3 or 4. I can't even remember, but it's the 1 in 100. This is a Momoko cover. Yeah, buddy. And you got Grogu right there. So awesome ratio giveaway by Comic Nation.
Wow, that's a very generous gift.
Yeah, so definitely go check them out. These are big books right here.
I know Momoko sometimes gets it's a bit of she's a divisive artist. That's a pretty solid Momoko cover.
Exactly. So there you have it, guys. 2 great, beautiful books right here. Now, they did mention to me, so I do want to let you guys know, they don't think this one hits a 9.8. So both of these 1 in 100s, best of luck to you. I think they're being a little harsh when they say, higher than VF, but I think VF is they're being a little harsh on themselves. I checked these books. I don't know what you'll get, but I don't think it's going to come back a 9.8, that's for sure. But regardless, still a neat book to own, and this one right here is a banger. These are clean, baby. So the 1 in 50. All right, we need a hashtag. Who wants to pick the hashtag? Dan?
I already picked, so.
Okay.
Give me a hashtag.
In honor of Hyper, hashtag Popeyes.
But
hashtag
they're not even
Popeyes.
paying BC. That's
so
why
like Popeyes chicken. Okay, I get it. I see what you're doing here.
That's why I didn't pick Popeyes. They're not sponsoring BC, so.
Oh, they're not sponsoring BC? Well, hold on. We still got to stay with it. Hashtag Popeyes.
Hashtag Popeyes. That was Dan's pick. I heard his stomach growling through the microphone, so it makes a lot of sense.
It is.
Yeah.
My wife's making dinner downstairs, so.
Audi, yes, I believe so. There's no filter here on my end that would exclude you from this draw, so.
No, I think he's asking, like, as a rule, if he's allowed to enter again.
Yeah, so by all means. If he wins twice, I'll let the chat deal with you. But yeah, so 2 great books. Like I said, guys, definitely check out Comic Nation, and of course, Lefteros. Always check out Lefteros' FOC picks, new comic book day picks, puts out some great information. So,
and BC, by the way, don't think I don't notice the bangers you have up on the wall behind you. You've got a really impressive collection.
Thank you. If I don't even want to turn my screen, you know what? I've never even done this on screen, so let's do this. I'll
behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'll give you a little behind the scenes, but like there are boxes. I sit on boxes. Like we are stacked. Like it's really bad. I have a big cleanup to do here. But,
don't feel bad. Well, why do you think I'm leaning forward on the camera like this?
Yeah, dude, it's where I'm at. I'm looking at, just to give you guys an example. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 long boxes, and you're looking at one, we'll say 2, no, sorry, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, and then whatever's here on the floor behind me, you're probably at a 17, 18, 19, maybe 21 short boxes, and there's all these here in front of me, which it just doesn't end. Guys, I need
BC,
help.
that's not a mess. You come to my room. If my wife were up here, that's why she's not allowed here. She would shame me on air with how messy this place is.
By no means is this a flex. I'm nowhere close to showing off. I'm actually
No.
reaching out for help here. This is a struggle. This is not good.
Dude, like once your stream is over, I can't wait to lean back because right now I'm literally just actively trying to like hide my clutter behind me, like with all the boxes and comics. So,
Well, it's funny, Dan, that you mentioned the slabs behind me because I'm hoping either after this Sunday show with Brian, LCS, I'm most likely going to be taking it all down and revamping. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so that it will be ready in time for the following Sunday show. We'll see, because the next guest on episode 17 has one of the best setups I've ever seen. If you're not following DJ Links, go check him out, man. The guy's got one of the best setups in his room for live videos and pre-records. It's insane. But all right, I think we've got... Yeah, exactly. Switched to short boxes as I got older, pretty much. You're not wrong, because all my long boxes were in my 20s.
the back gave up.
Oh, dude, man. Like, those kids ain't liked, man. I think my youngest is what? He's pushing... He's going to be 2 in a couple of weeks, and, well, in exactly a month's time, and the guy's like 20-something pounds. It hurts, bro. You lug that shit through the up and down.
I was gonna say, stupid question. What would weigh heavier, the long box or one of your kids right now?
Oh, the long box, 100%, dude, 100%. No, 100%. But all right, let's get the draw going for the next one. So we said it's hashtag left arrow. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Just give me 1 second as StreamYard pulls all of your comments. So we've got... Not enough in the draw. Hold on. Give me just a quick second. It was saying 17, and I know that is nowhere close to right. So I'm going to refresh the page.
More than 17.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. I saw more than 17 there. So, so StreamYard, hashtag lift arrow. So let's get this one going. I'm going to give it 2 more seconds.
What, did you say hashtag left arrows?
Yes, hashtag left arrow. Oh, no, sorry, hashtag Popeyes. I don't know.
Yeah, because people are putting Popeyes. That's why.
Sorry, chat. Don't panic. I got it. It's 27. So there you go. See, it jumped up 10. There was something wrong there. All right. So we're going to share the screen in just a few seconds. So give me 1 second. All right, here we go. So I'm going to count it down. Oh, it's not working again. Here you go. Technical difficulty.
Like what?
Cheap Head is now praying for this. He's kneeling in prayer right now.
All right, we're good. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Yep. 27 entries.
27 entries. Let's do the draw. Best of luck to everybody. Counting it down in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, this is a big one, man. I'm kind of jealous of whoever wins this one. Here we go. Drum roll. Oh, he got it! We did it!
All right. Well, chat, you can roast him now. He won 2 contests in a row.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Audi won it again. Guys, sorry about that. We're keeping it open to everybody. Yep.
That man has a horseshoe.
He does. Definitely go play the lottery. That was crazy. All right, guys. But all right, so let's get back to it, guys. There's still giveaways. Right. Hang tight.
Is my volume any better, BC? I got the most primitive setup here. I apologize.
I can hear you.
Rigged.
Okay, all right. Rigged. All right.
Audi, I'll leave it to you in the chat if you want to be the guy to say go respin. I don't know, but there you go. Congratulations.
Hopefully, Audi could run real fast because he's got 38 people chasing him now.
There you go. It's going to get
He's named after like a German luxury car, so I'm sure he can go fast.
Yep. But all right, we still got more giveaways, like I said. So do hang tight, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Audi, if you win the next one, I'm gonna disqualify you. I'm just letting you know. There you go. Congrats. Oh, that's true. That could work. So, Audi, do you want to pick one of the two, and maybe allow people to redraw? So you won the bundle, and you won the other bundle with the 1 in 50, 1 in 100. So let us know if there's one you'd like to give up, so we can give back to the community. I think that would be a fair play. Let me know what you think.
He's saying rerun, so I guess Audi just let BC know which one you want to keep then.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
You get
I think
dibs.
that's fair.
Yeah, you get dibs
Okay.
on which one you want. He's giving you the choice, BC. He's saying you pick.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. All right, let's get to some spec picks, and then we'll let you guys just hold on. BC, just send me a sticker. I will. Okay, I got you. I got you. So we'll give the Momoko bundle to Audi, and then we'll redo the bundle if you guys want. We'll do it right as we get to the end of some of Dan's books. So that being said, let's talk about the next book, Dan. And the next one was Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man 64.
This was a I think it was a Netflix series, which I didn't watch, but those two characters are young, attractive characters, and I think they will probably make a return at some point. I mean, there's so much wealth in the Marvel universe, especially with these two, because again, all you need is the right actor and actress. I don't know how good or bad those two actors were in that series, but this is again a very inexpensive spec, a good storyline. Those, and again, you'd have their first appearance. You can't really go wrong with this one here. Last time I looked, I think it's maybe $30 raw, $25 raw.
Yep.
You know, for a really high grade, you can get them a lot cheaper. But again, it's sort of fallen off the radar. This is again for very, very long term, and again, all of this because the MCU's kind of screwed up spec. They really have. You know, the last phase was lackluster to say the least. I mean, we're still waiting for Mephisto, for God's sake. You know, so who knows what spec is? It's a little dicey at this point. But even if you don't see this, I have several of these in my collection. I'm happy that I do. I strongly recommend you get one because again, it doesn't cost you that much.
Yeah.
Wait, was this on Hulu or on Netflix? The Cloak and Dagger series.
Yeah, I know what you were talking about. It was terrible though.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch it because a lot of people are saying it wasn't that great. But listen, regardless of that, it's still a solid book, and like Dan said, relatively inexpensive for a first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. So, definitely one that you can add to the PC, and I'm still 1 and whatever on Dan's picks. So
yeah. It was Hulu. Comic Codex is confirming, and I just want to address it. Audi, I see you there. You're in the comments. The chat has voted. You are keeping both, so let's leave it at that. Congratulations, and no, you do you. Don't worry about it.
Listen, lightning strikes twice.
Yeah. Be happy, man. I never get luck in any of the giveaways that take place. But there you go. Yeah, Cloak and Dagger is nice. It's a great book to pick up, man. And again, Dan, you're pretty spot on. It is a relatively cheap book too, right?
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah. But all right, next book by Dan. This is the Incredible Hulk 135, and we see a certain somebody here with some years that the Hulk is having to hold up. Yes, that's Kang, the Conqueror. So tell us about this one.
This is the first appearance of what they call the Time Storm, and with Loki show literally around the corner, and from the previews, this will clearly tie in with the chaos that Sylvie created by killing Kang. So this, and no one is referring to this book except here, and I think I referred it on another show. This isn't all that expensive, but again, this will be. I think this is a direct tie-in from what they're going to do with Loki season 2, which it's going to be a dynamite series. You know, with the lackluster previous phase, Loki stood out. It still did. Why Tom Hiddleston and the co-star is Owen Wilson. Those two play off each other very, very well. But the writing is fabulous. But this is going to be a great reference to the absolute madness we're going to see with the Loki season 2 and all the variants and whatever else they're going to throw at us.
Yep.
I'm picturing this is how BC looks when he's carrying those long boxes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen, I kind of made a reaction when you showed this book, because I actually am looking for this book to add to the PC. But believe it or not, this is not a book that I actually find. Like I went to Fan Expo, I actually didn't find any vendors carrying this book. Believe it or not, and even some of my local LCSs, I haven't seen this book surface. I'm kind of surprised that this is one of those books that you would think, in I guess 15th center. What is that? Bronze, Silver Age. Dan, you
Silver Age.
Yeah. So, I am kind of surprised though that I haven't seen that many copies of this like in the flesh. So, it is one that I'm looking forward to, and also I do like the whole cover. It kind of gives me that Jim Steranko. I know that came afterwards. The Jim Steranko, Hulk Annual vibe cover.
Yep.
So
Right. This is Herb Trimp at the time, and this was what is it? This is the benefits of being a Hulk fan. I actually have 2 of these in my collection, but you don't see them very often. I mean, BC, have you seen this cover before?
No, in fact, it's one of those that I've never seen in the wild. It's almost never easy to come across. This is nowhere, literally nowhere. I never see it.
Yeah.
Well, now that you guys are aware of it, I really recommend you get this one. Now,
And
longevity, I don't know, but still, it's going to tie into Loki.
yeah, and
it's
Dan,
just a cool book to have.
Exactly. But one thing I do want to say is that normally when I go hunting, especially, I'm checking those back bins or the higher end books and so forth, I always flock to the Hulk. I always come to the Incredible Hulk series, no matter what. I could be checking anything else, looking for spec books or whatever it may be, but I always flock to Incredible Hulk. One, my kid is a Hulk fan, so I like trying to pick up books for him. But secondly, there's a lot of good books within the Hulk run that I think are definitely worthy of picking up. There's a lot of key moments that take place. So for that reason, I'm always checking them out. But that's why I'm saying 135 is one that I almost never see in the wild.
BC, I mean, you and I both go to the same shops. I kind of find that when it comes to Incredible Hulks, I most of the LCS I see, they usually start with like the late 200s. I barely see like that many issues in the 100s in my shops.
Yeah, no, you're right. Hulks. The early 100s, anything in the hundreds, even to like the one, I want to say even from 100 to 200, you almost, if you do find copies, they're beat to shit. That's really what it is.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they are.
Well, Christy, there's just endless comics on the need-want list. My only hope is to seduce some old man with a pedigree level collection and get myself in. Well, just your luck, because we have one on the panel tonight, so feel free to hit him up in the DMs.
Well, the wife might have a little say-so in that, but I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words.
But all right, last book on the list. Now, Dan, this is going to be a little special book to talk about. So let Dan do all the talking on this one, but it's The Incredible Hulk 122. Again, another throwdown between the Hulk and the Thing. And I love how you see Mr. Fantastic there trying to reach in and make sure that shit, gets handled very quick. But
there's a reason why I brought this book out here. Again, it's another Thing versus Hulk book. But because I spot it's in my nature to help people, help my community. I do a lot of volunteer work and so forth. I've got a number of these books here. Can you big screen me here?
Yeah,
PC?
hold on.
Yeah,
I'll just put you there.
So this book here, it's a gorgeous. Look how gorgeous this is. Thing versus Hulk battle. It's not the most classic story. There's a number of them, but this is a fun story. Look how colorful it is and so forth. I support a lot of people. BC, you're a prince for starting this this channel here, and another friend of mine is Tony Trombata from EGS Comics. What we're going to do, this is going to be for your 1,000 giveaway. I bought this book here, and I'm going to send it off to EGS. We're going to get it professionally graded and slabbed, and this will be the 1,000 giveaway for BC's channel.
There you have it. That's huge news, Dan, and I can't stress it enough how much I appreciate it. Guys, Dan's breaking the news right now. He's going to send this to EGS for you guys, not for me. He's sending this to EGS, and we will give this away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So we've got a little bit of a road ahead of us. There will be another giveaway at 500 and 750, but the 1,000, Dan Delatorre is donating this book and going to get it slabbed for you guys by EGS.
And here's an example of an EGS slab. This is my Avengers 3. Look how this is a custom label with the Avengers logo in the background. Beautifully
That is nice,
presented.
yeah.
I mean, Tony's certainly a professional, and given that the shenanigans of CGC, they had to really piss me off to completely go away from that company and go to another company. And the thing is, it's not many people know about the EGS company, but the one thing I do know about them is that once you get something, you can count that what's in that slab is an accurate description, an accurate label, and I can't trust CGC anymore because of what they've done. Now, I don't want CGC to go away. I'm just saying that what's that old saying that we all know as comic collectors: with great power comes with great responsibility.
Yes,
When
sir.
CGC had the power because they owned the comic market, and then they kind of sold out for a whole variety of reasons. And now I can't really trust what's in there. This is the company that I'm going for. So again, EGS is my weapon of choice. Yeah, we'll talk about James. Michael, you want to take out James Gunn? We'll talk about James Gunn. You just sit back for like an hour, all right?
If
You
Dan
might want to
talks
get a
about
drink and all
James
that.
Gunn,
But
BC's
seriously,
already get
guys,
1,000.
I want to help. Again, I want to help EGS. I want to help this channel here, and I help other channels as well. I sponsor a number of shows, and this is how I do it. So, guys, this is one of you is going to get this beautiful book in this slab, an EGS slab. So, stay tuned for this station, and we'll keep you posted. But this is going to be yours, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous comic to have in anybody's collection.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dan. That's huge, guys. So as you heard, 1,000 subscribers is what it's going to take to get that in an EGS slab. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with EGS, definitely go check them out. And what I really, really, really think is neat from EGS is the fact that you can make the custom labels. You could select your colors. So as you saw, Dan Delatorre just put up that beautiful Avengers book where he chose the yellow and the blue going on the label. But yeah, Dan, you've got some more, right? Do you have any near you that you can maybe show off to show?
I do. Just real quick here. Got my Submariner, Silver Surfer #4. Again, the custom label with the black and the gold to sort of complement the cover. This one here, it's just again, I'm delighted to have this. Got this for under $1,000. Avengers #1.
Oh man!
And so look the color choices. I went with that again with the logo in the back. And again, it's a low grade, but who cares? It's my Avengers 1, and it's in my collection. It's not going anywhere. A few more here. First Black Panther, Fantastic 452. Again, with my custom label.
The Steelers colors.
Tony, by the way, has great taste in color, so he will work with you on what you want to do. I mean, this was a no-brainer here. Avengers 2.
Yep.
Look at that. Again, with the Avengers logo. This is a little logo you can put in the background so you can have some fun with that. But more importantly than just the fun with the labels, this is a beautiful, beautiful slab, professionally graded. And again, it's accurate grading. There's no question mark regarding what's in it. Is what's on the label is exactly what's in it. What else we got here? Two more. Oh, Marvel Spotlight 5.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
I definitely need that book in the PC.
I got this for under $300 before it exploded. Jeez. Now I can't touch this book. These are one of the rare ones that the market is having little effect on it because the price hasn't come down. And this is a modern book for you guys. I know you guys are modern. This is a Spawn.
Yeah,
Spawn
297.
Book. Yeah,
I
should have showed this on the hunt. I think
the colors.
Beautiful book. Yep.
So anyway, I like to promote people in my community. So BC, you're one of them. Hyper, you're another, and Tony Trombata from EGS is another. So if I can help support and bring people to your table, that's what I'll do.
That's awesome.
If I had to pick the colors of my slab, it'd probably be orange and white. You can probably figure out why.
Yeah, you just want to look at it.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of it. Yeah, that would work.
Just because it reminds him of Popeye's chicken. This guy. This guy. But yo, shout out to Dagger, man. I saw that comment. Yeah, exactly. Pittsburgh Pirates colors, Barry Bonds, man. So good little.
Oh, Dagger, you're killing me. You're killing me. Oh,
Kamikaze is in the house.
Hey, there's my brother Kamikaze.
Paisan, thank you so much, bro. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, stick around. We got one more giveaway coming. Audi made a very nice comment here, and I appreciate it. You don't have to do this whatsoever, but Black, I would like to donate the first bundle I won tonight to your 500 subscriber giveaway. Y'all are doing great here, so
very sweet.
I appreciate that. So we'll do it like that. If that's how you want to do it, by all means, you do not need to do that, but That's awesome. You still need to inbox me, so definitely give me your shipping information. We'll have a conversation and take it from there. Hopefully, maybe you could even be on the panel come 500 subscribers. That would be fun. Uh, maybe at that point you won't win too. you'll be on with us. But
last word on this book, by the way, that's a very affordable book.
It is.
That's a pretty book to get your hands on. It's not that expensive at all for a Silver Age book.
Yeah, I think I've only come across this book once, and it was at Montreal Comic Con. But it was actually up there in pricing. I remember seeing it, but it was well over like the $100 range, probably in a higher condition. But yeah, there you go. So I have slabs to donate for the 500. Guys, the 500's already looking big. If you guys want to donate, by all means, you don't need to do that. I appreciate it. It's about you guys, not about myself or anything else. It's really for you guys. So just a way to say thank you. And then another way of saying thank you was bringing some of these spec picks, which I greatly appreciate. Now we have a nice little giveaway. So before we get to the final giveaway, guys, I just want to remind everybody who's won tonight, inbox me on Instagram, blackcrown_comics. Give me your address. Hopefully you can get it to me as soon as possible. If you could get it to me tonight, great. If not, just let me know before Sunday so I could ship them out by Monday for you guys, because I want to make sure these books end up in your hands safe and sound and as quick as possible. So, Dan, you've come up with a little fun game for this one, and the big prize right now for Dan's contribution here to tonight's giveaways is a $50 prepaid eBay gift card. So yes, guys, we've given away some great books here. Everybody, well, they're all big prizes in my eyes, because those ratios as well, the bundles Leftero's put together, those are good books, man. Just that Omni book, Dwellings, is a $9.99 book US. So there you go. But yes, Dan Delatorre giving away a $50 prepaid gift card. Now, Dan, to the winner, I believe you're gonna have them inbox you on your Instagram, and you'll give them. They'll give them a number. So he doesn't need to ship this. You can have that $50 in pocket by the end of this show, the second you win. So tell us.
BC, you guys can see the private chat. I put up two numbers actually. I'm just looking at how many people we have in our chat. Let's go with the first number that I had. Not the second one I just posted a second ago. So, guys, all you have to do is how many people we have in the chat, BC?
We have 34 at the moment here. It's
perfect.
There you go.
All you got to do is the first person to pick the right number. I've already typed it in to the private chat, so Hyper and BC see it. All you have to do is the first person to type that number in wins the $50 eBay gift card.
Do we tell them the range?
1 through 34, because there's 34 of us.
We're at
34 people here. First person to get it gets it.
All right, so pick a number. You get one shot at it. Well, actually, no.
No, you just keep typing away. Whoever's going to get it.
Keep going. Yeah. I'll select. Here we go. So we've got 21.
Chris has got it. Chris has got it.
Yeah, I already see it.
Chris, hold on.
Wait, hold on. It's actually because we're going by StreamYard.
We're going by the first number that I tossed out. Not that one. Not that one.
There you go.
That's the one.
So in case anybody thinks we are bluffing, I think there's a way that I can share the screen just to show you guys. So hold on, you'll see some of the backstage conversations here. Hold on.
Did you put any comments in the backstage that
there
not
you
supposed
go.
to see?
So you see it right here, 31, the giveaway number. So you have it right there, guys. There's no bluffing. 31 is the giveaway number. And Chris T, congratulations, you won the $50 gift card. And with that, that's the grand prize by Dan Delatorre. So we got to celebrate. My favorite game, Mario Kart 64.
I'm not surprised. Actually, you should have done the jig yourself.
Yep. But yeah, congratulations to you, Chris T. So definitely message Dan Delatorre on Instagram. Dan, can you let the people know? Well, let Chris know what's the handle to reach you at on Instagram. If you want, I'll even type it down. So
yeah, type it in. It's 1870. I think they gave. I don't know where the 1870 came from, but that's what Instagram gave me.
So Dan, what's your Instagram? It's Dan Delatorre, one word, or?
Yeah, it's boy, how did that? They spaced it out. I don't know why they do it.
Here, I'll get it.
I can't do it from here. Can you do it, PC, on your
Yeah,
end?
I'll check it for you. Not a problem. So Dan, it's Dan underscore. Yeah, I'll just write it for you. So
Yeah.
Dan underscore the underscore la underscore Torre. So there you go.
If that doesn't work, just hit up. Yeah, that's perfect. That should be fine.
So message him right there. Instagram Dan Torre. Not only message him, definitely give him a follow. Give Hyper Combo Comics a follow on Instagram. These guys put out some great content, especially Hyper, man. If you guys are not already, check him out on Instagram. This guy, I don't know how you find so many gems. We need to talk about this. And you're in my city. That's what pisses me off.
You know the secret. It's just I listen. It's no secret. I literally work 15 minutes from one of the LCSs, so
Yeah.
it's an unfair advantage, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry, Francis. Yeah, man. It was he came up with 31 number. He came up with it first. So there you go. That's how that works. I just requested. So there you go. You've got the messages coming in, Dan. Congratulations to you guys. Thank you to everybody here in the chat. Just want to remind everybody before we get going that this Sunday I've actually got Brian LCS from CBCA's coming to swing by. For those who don't know, it's the Comic Book Community Awards. I'm nominated for Best New Channel, so if you guys haven't yet, go check it out. Submit your votes on either myself or any other of the nominees, however you please. Some great people nominated for that category and many other categories. So definitely check it out. I don't know how Brian deals with all this, but I could only imagine what it's like. Hopefully we'll get his perspective on Sunday. And of course, we'll go through all of the fun stuff we do weekly here, the hot topics, market report, and FOC selections of the week.
And before we go, with somebody with a blue wrench, can you get rid of? Can you time out Dagger for like 300 seconds?
What do you say?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Dagger's a gem. We're kidding. But
I'm not.
The following Sunday, we've got DJ Lynx, who's going to be on here for episode 17. So that's going to be taking place on September 24th. So definitely mark it in your calendars. DJ Lynx is a gem within the community. If you're not already, go subscribe to his channel, and he's going to be coming to join me as well. So guys, before we go, does anybody have anything else they want to say? Let the people know, man. Your channel.
Listen. But before I start plugging whatever I have going on, I just want to listen. I want to give you a proper toast. It's your first milestone of many to come, dude. I remember when you hopped on Newbie's channel for the first time and you were doing YouTube, and you actually messaged me after, like, you were asking, my opinion, like how you thought you did. You were a bit nervous. That was almost like it's like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and like fast forward, dude, you're coming into your own. You're a lot more comfortable, and honestly, you're killing it. And you're literally one of the few YouTubers I still watch because you're engaging and you have good guests and you know how to draw the crowd in. So honestly, dude, props to you and all the success you deserve it.
Thank you, buddy. It's all your fault. You brought me into this YouTube mix.
Yeah, blame me. But dude, like honestly, like I know you keep mentioning how like I brought you in, but honestly, dude, all the success, it's all on you. You're basically doing it on your own. So major props to you. So
yeah. I appreciate it, man. But
bottom line, it's a good show. You have good content. You're a very pleasant individual. I mean, I wouldn't watch if you're kind of like like the Newbie show or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a low end. I'm kidding. I love Newbie. I watch this show. That whole Newbie versus spawned into all sorts of shows, including yours.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Yo, no good's in the house, man. No good. Greatly appreciate you, bro. Fuck, we got to get you on sometime soon, man. That would be fun. Derek is saying, "Hyper, make me cry."
now BC, so before we get to Dan, I'll do now. I've already fluffed you up a bit, so let me do a bit of self promotion on my end. So yeah, like BC mentioned, you can find me on hyper.combo.comics and IG. I am starting to put some content back on YouTube. There is something cool that me and BC kind of discussed that I'm planning on doing on my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna announce it until I kind of figure out a day and time to do it. But there is something in the works, and I think it's a fun topic that people rarely talk about because they might be embarrassed to talk about it. So yeah, looking forward to dropping that, and that's on my YouTube channel, same name, Hyper Combo Comics. So yeah, follow me on those two platforms.
Oh yeah, man. But I appreciate all the kind words you guys said. The only thing I do want to give a quick mention to is that so far it's been 15 episodes, and there's no way I would have been able to do it without any of the awesome guests that came and swing by, including yourself, Hyper. You were here Pacino Collects helped me kick off this entire run with episode 1, and he was here for episode 3 and so forth. We had Rocksteady Collectibles. We had Newbie. That's right, Newbie. I see you in the chat. Newbie was he's always a blast to hang out with, whether it's on this channel or definitely on his channel. Go check him out Tuesday nights at 9:45 p.m. Eastern time with myself and Rocksteady. Myself, I've been slacking. Newbie, you can say it. I know it. But you got Nemesis Prime, who hopped on from the Comic-Con podcast. You had infamous Jeb, man. Jeb is such a vibe, and I hope to get him back very soon. We had the Butcher from Pressable Defects. We had Matt Forge from Pressable Defects. We had Steve from Team Nerd Herd, now over on Nearing Nerdvana's channel. Swagger Haas, One True Nerd King. Matt DeVoe from Cover Price and Comics with Bueller. So far, that's what the guest list has been like, and without any of you guys, it would have never been what it is right now. So I greatly appreciate everybody. Quick shout out to everyone who's been on. Many more guests to come. Hopefully we can get Hyper back on. Dan Delatorre would be fun to come back on because we talk a lot of books, right, on this channel. So you've got the knowledge, buddy. I think it's definitely, you got to come back.
I'd be honored to come back. Just to shout out, I will be on Spinetix this Saturday with Sith Lorde. I'm his ambassador. I visit many shows, but I love that show. Sith and I are good friends.
Yep.
I'll be on Passpoint Comics on next Monday. That's another Ephraim's another brother. We're talking about all sorts of things
Yep.
with all the comic knowledge that I have.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
It was delightful.
Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you spam call? Who the hell is this?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Right at the end of the show here, and I'll be on the hunt not this Friday but next Friday, representing you because you broke a new record on that show.
Yep.
The person that's been screwed over the most on that show. I'm going to come to bat for you as your attorney and as the commissioner. You have some leeway with me, so you, sir, will get fair justice.
There you go. And for those of you watching right now and don't know what he's talking about, The Hunt is a wrestling-themed comic show, which is really fun. If you're a wrestling fan and you're a comic fan, it's the best of both worlds right there. So definitely check that out. And Comic Ozzy here, I know exactly what you're referring to. In fact, it was the first year, a couple months in on YouTube, on the Comic Kingpins channel, where we celebrated my birthday and I chugged an entire bottle of Grand Marnier to myself.
Can we highlight Paperweight's comments? Because I was actually thinking the same thing. Like it was like it was almost like a treasure when I saw Dan pull that phone out.
I think what's actually surprising to me is the fact that it wasn't one of those phones that you got to rotate.
The rotary phones, yeah.
Hey, don't knock the rotary phone. Those things lasted forever. You guys, if you were to be alive in my day, you'd be lost. You would know what to do.
Yeah. Dude, I don't disagree. I see Toyota Tercels from the 90s still holding better than most cars today. So
keep going backwards. Keep going backwards.
Yeah, I know. But guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out, especially the chat, everybody here. You're subscribed. Stay subscribed because at 500, we've got more. And of course, definitely come check out all the awesome content. I'll be dropping more content, a lot of pre-records too. I'm going to be working on some of that once I get the background here set up the way I kind of want it to be. But yeah, so keep an eye out for those. Those will be coming soon. Sith Lord Lee, he is here in the chat. I see him Saturday night. Spinetix is where it's at, man. So definitely check out Spinetix if you guys are not already subscribed. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you all are. The guy's at what now? Like 10,000 subscribers almost, right? He's almost there. You guys
he's getting close to 10K, and I've got something for his show as well. Except there will be no Barry Bonds on his show moving forward. Just throwing that out here.
So. But there you go. Yeah, so definitely check out Spinetix, man. One of my favorite shows to watch weekly, man. So appreciate you guys hopping on. Chat, Hyper, Dan, appreciate you. I hope to see you back very soon. And for everybody else, I will see you all on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, good night, guys.